Hey guys, it's been a while, but I just wanted to quickly check in to go through and reflect a little bit on last year's video on how to tune your iPhone into the perfect dumb phone for you. And what I show in this video is that you can actually customize your phone using Apple's own configurator. A tool that was designed for businesses, but we can use it for ourselves so that we can modify our phones and to restrict it in a way that it works for your lifestyle and your place and time in your life. Because a lot of apps out there are either too restrictive or not restrictive enough, or you can easily bypass them. So I wanted to show you how you can actually take back power on your own devices. But this video, I just wanted to quickly kind of think through. You guys ask a bunch of questions. I have a bunch of answers, not to all of them, but to most of them. So I just want to go through them. And there is a big asterisk and question that I hadn't quite resolved. And I didn't even know it was there until someone commented it. We workshopped it and managed to find a solution. But also, there's something happening in the Apple atmosphere that they fixed that I think is going to change everything. So stay to the end for that as well. Let's get started. Now, you guys ask a lot of questions, but one of the questions that I kept seeing time and time again was, will this work on my iPad? And the short answer is yes, I use it on my iPad. It works just the same way as setting up your iPhone. Another question was, people keep asking if you could use a friend's MacBook. And I think I suggested in the video that you can. You don't have to have your own MacBook to do this. You just need to have it long enough for you to set it up, and then you don't need it anymore. And you can actually set it up so that even if something happens to your friend's MacBook or you don't have access to it anymore, you can still factory reset your phone, so you can always revert back if you need to. Or if you get your own MacBook, you can assign it to your MacBook. Just make sure that you don't lock it down when you're setting it up. Another comment that I keep seeing coming up was that people were adding the profile and it said it was installed, but they could still download any app they wanted from the App Store. And I think what's happening here is that maybe something happened or you skipped a step, but you need to have the phone supervised, because you can add profiles to your phone without it having been supervised, but it's actually not going to apply some of the restrictions that we're trying to do. So just make sure that you have your phone supervised. Another one was the worry about iCloud and your data being either destroyed or you can't recover it anymore. And all I really want to say is that even though you might not have iCloud, and this is why maybe you don't want to do this method, I'll just say honestly, for the $5 to whatever dollars that costs, just for doing it once, I think it's worth it. It's cheaper than most apps are going to charge you for. It's cheaper than buying a dumb phone. It's cheaper than buying another phone. So I honestly don't really see a downside, but I get it. It does cost money, and I don't really know another way, or at least another way that is so easy like that. This one's really cool. Will this method block InApp Browsers? If you don't know what that is, that's pretty much the browser that opens up before it takes you to Safari or Chrome when you click on a link on an app. And this method will block everything. So yes, unless you have a website allowed within an app, then it would be blocked. So enjoy. Just use screen time. This one honestly drives me a bit crazy because I feel like you haven't watched the video. I specifically mentioned why screen time is not as good as this method. It's good in other ways, but definitely not as complete as this method. So I'll just say, please watch my video. Watch it again if you missed it. Is this reversible? Yes, it is reversible. And this is why it's such a good method, because it's not destructive. If you need to sell your phone, if you need to really change and use your phone, you can always factory reset it. As long as you haven't set up your profile to prevent you from factory reset. This is just how powerful this method is. So just be careful. But as long as you don't have that on, I don't have that on, then you'll be fine. Now this one's really good. So there's this problem with Apple Configurator that if we're running it with an allow list only, it means that it'll block a bunch of apps that we don't even know they're there. And this means that some system apps, not all of them, will not work properly because we've kind of blocked it somehow. I think this is more of a glitch. It shouldn't really do it, but it happens. And it didn't used to happen, but from making the video, Apple broke the ability to have live activities or be able to see your playing music on your lock screen. And look, it didn't really bother me too much. It definitely missed it when going for runs or things like that. But honestly, not a big deal. However, it did keep me curious on how to fix it, especially for those who do really miss it. And there was quite a few people who wanted it. So I give it a go. And what I end up doing is that I end up finding specific unlisted bundle IDs. You don't need to know what they are. But essentially, I've put a list on the description. And you can copy that list, edit as if it were apps in your app list. And this will give you back your live activities. It took a lot of trial and error. And I'm not sure this method will work forever, but it's definitely still working now. And I love it. And it's working really well. The last thing I wanted to talk about was that Apple finally fixed a massive problem with screen time. I'll be making a video all about at some point in the future. But what it means is that hopefully some of the apps that we've been able to easily bypass, we can finally not do that, which will make this whole Apple Configurator a little bit redundant if you like those apps better. I still reckon this is the most powerful method, but I can now see the use of some of the other apps that you could just very easily turn off. With Apple fixing a specific bug, solving that problem will be really good news for everybody who's trying to dumb down their phones. So I'll make another video talking about that, but if you do want to find out, please let me know in the comments below. But I'll see you in the next one. Bye.